All right, I'll do a little video here, wintertime video. I apologize, I haven't made no videos. I've been sick as a dog, still sick. But this is what the fescues are looking like. Not terrible. It's been really cold for the lows. Highs haven't been too bad so far. Highs has been 40s or 50s, but we've been teens and low 20s for the lows, and got snow. It's about all gone, except for what never gets any sun. And if you remember in, I think it's the last video, this was the spot that was real black. Well, it's still a lot darker in color. It's just after that video it warmed up and all that went away, but it's you can see that looks a little worse than the rest, and it just don't get any sun and it stays froze. Tips are burnt on it, but it'll be fine. Not much of anything going on. Still see some snow down here. We didn't get about 2 or 3 inches, but it just took a while to melt. I actually took my backpack blower and blowed the edges off where it don't get a lot of sun, and that where I just showed you, blowed it off. And I blowed that edge off, but it's just too much to blow right there. But it's slowly melting, so it'll be all right there. Go up here and look at this Kentucky bluegrass. It's amazing how much better this looks versus the fescue. So a lot darker in color. Needs to be mowed, but I hadn't mowed it. But it is a lot darker in color than the fescue is. So I'm gonna take you over here and I'll show you what I'm gonna use for nitrogen next year. Throw that in this video. So hang tight and I'll be right back at you. All right, so here's what I'm running next year. Yara Amidas. This is a soluble fertilizer, so you can spray this. It's in a granular form. You can spread it also. $20 for 50 pounds. I bought 150 pounds, and this is going to do me from spring through overseeding. Now this is all fast release. I'll show you here. It's 40% urea, or 35% urea, 5% ammoniacal, and some sulfur. So it's a 40-0-0. And a lot of you guys are gonna say, well, I thought you wanted to use slow release. Well, I'm trying to cut costs back as much as I can in this. I got a big yard, and it's just getting out of hand how much this costs. I done a video on that, and I'm just not going to spend it anymore like I used to. It's just not worth it. I feel like I can have just as nice a yard as what I had last year doing this right here. So I'll use this from spring till overseeding, and the way I'm going to apply this is I'm going to apply 1/10 of a pound of nitrogen every 2 weeks, and I'm only going to run this through my fertigation. The bad thing about urea is nitrogen loss, but urea is the cheapest form of nitrogen also. So if you're going to apply urea, you need to apply it and water it in immediately to reduce the potential for nitrogen loss. What better way to do that than running it through the irrigation system, through a fertigation system? So 1/10 of a pound every 2 weeks is what I'm doing. I am still going to be spraying phosphate, some iron, and one biostimulant. Is the biostimulant really needed? No, it's not. It can help with stress if applied before stress is there. But it's, if you're not getting any water, it's not going to save you. So I've done mentioned this in another video. I mean, nitrogen and water, and that's what's going to make your yard. You throw a little iron in there for a little darker color, sprayable iron. But yeah, I'm cutting costs back a lot this year. Obviously, I'm still going to do my fungicide program every 2 weeks, but just not going to do it anymore like I used to. It's just not worth it. So as far as fall fertilizers go, I'm going to be using Pete's fertilizer. Everybody knows he's got the 3000, and that's completely fine for a really early spring app or a really late fall app. As I done it in the late fall app, it's all fast release, but I believe he is coming out with a new granular fertilizer that is slower releasing. It has some slow release in it. So if that does happen, I'll apply that early fall in place of what I've been using, which was the Nutri-Right. Nothing wrong with that fertilizer. That's a fantastic fertilizer. And I may still use it. I don't know. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to show you folks, you don't need all this fancy stuff to have a nice yard. I think a lot of folks think I got stuff that, they can't get or whatever. And, as I mentioned before, you can get anything that I use. But I'm going to show you this year with bare minimal stuff. This stuff right here, you can buy it at Site One. $20 a bag. That's what I paid for it. But that's about it, other than I did buy a new vehicle or trade for a new vehicle. Everybody that's, I think, seen the black truck that I had, the diesel 2500. I'll tell you about that. So I bought that thing. I bought the diesel truck new at the end of 2021. It was a 22 model. Had less than 45,000 miles on it, and it broke down about a month ago, and I had to have it towed to the dealership, and just magically had water in the fuel, and warranty would not cover contaminated fuel, so it cost me $3,000 to get that fixed. All they done was drain the fuel tank, put a new fuel pump in it, and a new fuel filter. It cost me $3,000. He said if that hadn't have fixed it, they was going to have to rebuild the whole fuel system on it. And he said that was going to cost $20,000. $20,000 to rebuild the fuel system. And I asked him what I could do to keep this from happening again. He said, buy better fuel. And that just pretty much done me in right there. I mean, I can't see the quality of the fuel that's in, that's underground. So I paid the $3,000. Luckily that did fix it, and I drove it off from that dealership straight to the Jeep dealership, and I traded for this. Luckily they gave me more for the truck than what I owed on it, but so I put 35-inch tires on this and new wheels, and I put those running boards on it. So, you know, I don't know if Jeeps are everybody's thing. Probably not, but I like it. I will say, obviously, it don't have the power the diesel does, and with the bigger tires, the fuel mileage ain't great. It gets 15 and a half, 16 around town. So I hadn't really had it on a trip, so I don't know what it would get on a trip, but I will say it does excellent in the snow. I can tell you that much. But that's about all that's been going on here. I just thought I'd show you what I was doing for nitrogen this year, and I guess about another month and a half we'll be starting to gear up here, ready for pre-emergent. Typically end of February is when, you know, I do pre-emergent here in North Carolina. Just, you know, all depends on the temperatures, but that's about it. So I guess when the time comes, I'll start making some more videos if you folks want to watch them. But anyway, here, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.